Hi everybody, welcome to Battlefield 5 on the PlayStation 4 and the January 29th update to the game. Now, originally I wasn't going to make this video because I wasn't that impressed with the changes that they've made, and I'm still not impressed with the changes that they've made, and I kind of wanted to make this video more of an appeal to DICE, the developer of Battlefield 5, and kind of explain that spotting isn't just to identify and show teammates where the enemies are so you can shoot them and kill them. But anyway, let's talk quickly about the update. So what they've done is they've improved the vaulting and the way that generally you move around the map, which is good. It does feel a little bit smoother. You don't appear to hang up on stuff quite as much. There's hopefully no longer, I didn't come across it, the problem where you try to go prone and you end up going prone then getting up. Go prone and getting up in front of somebody normally who then shoots you. They've improved the Panzerstorm map, which used to be very, very open and was horrendous for infantry, and I played that yesterday actually, and it does seem a lot better. There's lots more ditches and a little bit more verticality to the map so you can move around it. So that was cool, and I must admit I did have a lot of fun playing as a King Tiger, or sorry, a Tiger I think, in is it a King Tiger or a Tiger? Anyway, I think it's a Tiger, isn't it? Playing as a Tiger in that. Very good fun. They've improved the practice range, kind of, adding skeet shooting of all things, and crowing about that. You think, well, I know they had skeet shooting in the Battlefield 4 practice range. You could go to by the sea, couldn't you? You press the button and it fire these barrels into the sky. But skeet shooting, come on, just give us an open range where we can pick up any weapon we want and fire at moving targets that go backwards and forwards at the pace of someone walking and someone running. That's what you want from a practice range, and then lots of static targets you can run up and down with an SMG. But anyway, they've done various other things, and you can look at the patch notes themselves. But the big problem for me is visibility of enemies. Actually, not just visibilities of enemies, but visibilities of friendly players as well. And this is the Fjell snow map, and it's a good example of how amazing Battlefield 5 can look at times. In fact, most of the time, this looks like an amazing game. But the problem is there's so much going on in terms of smoke and explosions and particle effects. It's very difficult to see enemies. Plus, you've got all these other icons on the screen. I mean, look at the screen now. You've got like the sea flag, which isn't even opaque. That should be opaque. I should be able to see through that so that I can see enemies who might be behind it. I have all the little markers of the other flags. I've got all the little markers of people who are on my team around me. The visibility through the scopes is pretty... I know it's meant to be better, but if you ask me, it's still pretty shocking when I look through my reflex scope. You know, it's not particularly great anyway. And then on top of that, it's really hard to see the enemies as they're moving around. Really, really hard. And what I want to say to DICE is, look, what you should think about in terms of what spotting is from Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1, think of it as the IFF feature of the Battlefield engine, of the Frostbite engine. Now, IFF stands for Identify Friend or Foe, and you have it in all sorts of military applications, but specifically aeroplanes. So the idea is, imagine you're on a combat ship, you're on a warship, and you see on your radar that an aeroplane's coming towards you. All these different planes have transponders on them, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to shoot down a friendly aircraft, someone who's on your side. And so they'll have a transponder that will transmit these special codes that will then say, yeah, we'll identify that airplane as friendly, or obviously as a foe. You can identify it that way. And that's what spotting kind of is as well in Battlefield. It gives you the ability, when you see someone, if you tap the spot button, it will then identify for you whether they're a friend or a foe. Because when your characters are in the distance, the people who are on your side, the little blue markers above their heads, they can be very difficult to see as well. And it can be, is that a friendly, is that not a friendly, is it person who's down, you know, but who's waiting to be maybe revived, but they, you know, they're wriggling around, so they look like maybe someone like a sniper who's gone prone. And by being able to tap the right hand button in Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 4, and you tap it and then it will come up with an enemy, you're like, ah, that's an enemy, I can start shooting at them. And it also obviously identifies them as an enemy to your teammates around you as well. And that is so important. As we get these games that are more realistic, that have everything going on, you know, they look fantastic, but you just can't, you've got to stop and you've got to think, is that someone who's on my side? Have they got a little icon above their head? Even with tanks and things on Panzerstorm last night, is that a friendly? Or wait a minute, no, it's not a friendly, right, I better start shooting at them. Or against that rock there. You know, you really have to concentrate incredibly hard. Now, I've said before, like I think I said it in my review, Battlefield 5, that maybe when you're playing on like a high-end PC on a 4K display, you could, instead of a 1080p TV, maybe you can pick out enemies better. But the feedback that I'm constantly seeing about Battlefield 5, a big part of it is I can't see the enemies. Make the enemies more visible. And there's all this talk of, you know, maybe giving them a little bit of a silhouette or some sort of glow or something like that. Forget it. Just give me the ability to spot, so I can tap on that top right hand button, so that even in that sort of situation there, say where I get killed, if I've spotted them, it means that my squad mates and my teammates around me can avenge me. They know where those people are and they can bring down fire on them and kill them. So, DICE. Spotting is the IFF of Battlefield. Identify friend or foe. We need it. It is a core part of the game. Please bring it back in the next patch. Even if it's a limited form where maybe it only applies to squad mates and teammates in a close circle of where you are. Maybe only your squad mates or something like that. We need spotting back in Battlefield 5. It makes the game so much more playable, so much more enjoyable, so much more less frustrating, and I for one would play so much more of this game if it wasn't as frustrating as it was, if I think it had spotting, or IFF, identify friend or foe. Anyway, that's my rant about the state of Battlefield 5 and the January the 29th updates. But your questions and comments down below. I know DICE aren't going to watch this, but you know, I had to get it out of my system. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'll leave you with the rest of the gameplay, and I'll see you again soon.
Objective Baker is ours. Objective Easy is now ours.
There, looks like trouble.
Objective Dog is now ours.
Have a grenade.
Attention, we're losing Objective Baker. Attention, objective Baker has been lost. Good work, we have taken objective Charlie. Good show, objective Able taken. Attention, objective Dog has been lost. Attention, we are losing objective Able. Alert, we have lost objective Able. Be aware that objective Charlie has been lost. Attention, we have now taken objective Baker. Keep at them, we're winning this.
Heads up! Danger, over there!
Hello, old friend.
Objective Dog is ours. Soldiers, we have taken objective Able.
Throwing a bomb!
Good show, we've taken objective Able. taken objective dog. We have now taken objective Baker. Be aware, we have lost objective dog. We have taken objective Able. Charlie is lost. Objective dog is now ours.
Grenade! More ammo needed!
Objective Able is being lost. Objective Able has now been lost.
Nuts!
We now have Objective Easy. Objective Dog has been lost. We have almost won this. Don't let up. Objective Dog is now ours, soldiers. Attention, Objective Easy is lost. is ours.
Grenade bomb!
We have now taken objective Baker.